Welcome back, guys. I just got out of work. I went in and did some overtime today, but I'm rushing out now to check the line one more time because we have that rainstorm coming in, and they're expecting a minimum of 1.5 inches of rain in a matter of a day. And then, of course, that's going to melt all the snow that we have and cause all kinds of issues and thawing and problems, because it's going to be 50 plus degrees out, and they're calling for 50 to 55 mile an hour winds, gusts up to 65, 70 at some points in some areas, and it's just going to be rough. So I want to get everything checked before everything hits, and hopefully we'll see if we got anything, and try to batten down the hatches, so to speak, as much as possible, or do what we can. But hang in there, and when we get to the start checking, I'll be back with you. Yeah, I totally should have left work a little earlier, but it is what it is. I get to my first set location. I'm pulling this trap because it's way out of my way. Wasting gas, check one trap. I already had to pull the second one out of here a couple days ago. So I'm gonna go out and see if we have anything, and if I do, I'll show you. But the wind is cranking already, and it's raining, so it's gonna be a rough day, but we'll get her done one way or the other. Got to get this line checked. I'm gonna be soaked by the time I'm done, but hang in there. Well, out here getting soaked, checking all my sets, and I'm almost done with my line. I've got one more property to go to, and unsurprisingly to me, we didn't have any predators. It was really warm last night. The wind's cranking, it's raining, and it's going to be warm today. But I'm on my second to last property. I got some bucket cubbies out for bobcats, and lo and behold, we got a possum in one of my bucket sets, which I figured them, the skunks, and the raccoons would probably be moving last night. Kind of a perfect storm. We had the storm front coming. It was really warm. They've been hunkered down for days, week, and whatnot. But then I realized I forgot my trap setters because I took them out and oiled them up, cleaned them up and oiled them up because they were starting to rust up a little bit. So I got to get this guy out and get this reset. I'll reset it by hand. It's only a 220, even though my hands are bad. I can get it. I'll struggle a bit, but there's other ways that you can set these without a setter if you happen to forget them at a set, or you leave them at home, or whatever the case may be. And I'll show you some of that after we get back to the house. I think that'll be a good video. I know there's all kinds of videos out there on stuff like that if you look it up, but we'll show a video. But let me show you this guy. Well, there he is. Not a real big possum, but possum nonetheless. And after this storm goes through and I come back out and reset, because this is one of the properties that I'm nuisance trapping for the cats. This will be one less possum to plug up my sets. So anyway, get him out, get this trap reset. I got one more property, and then I'll see you back at the house, and I'll show you how to set those without setters. Well, guys, I was all kinds of confused there for a second. This last property up here on this bank, I'm backwards here. Up here on this bank is where I've got the foothold by that log pile, and I've got that leaning pole set for the fishers. And I told you I've seen cat tracks through there, so that didn't surprise me if they were going to go through. But down over the bank here by the river, I showed you guys in the beginning that I had a bucket cubby here for cat or for fisher or whatever came through. And I've always been able to look right down over that bank and see the trap, the body grip still in that bucket, and I, for the life of me, couldn't find it. And then I get down here and there's dog tracks. I'm like, oh man, somebody's dog come up through here. I hope he's not running around with a 220 on him. And I'm looking and we got something. Hang on. So as you can see, the trap is gone. I see the wire finally. I'm like, oh, there's my wire. I look down over, I'm like, I'm expecting to see a dog laying down there. And there's our cat. Finally got one of the cats that was causing problems. So it's not a huge cat. We'll get a weight on it at some point. I don't know if it's a male or female, but by golly, that's a nice surprise today with that storm coming. And yeah, anyway, beautiful cat. I'd get him out of there. And again, I don't have my setter, so I got to try to fight with this trap, get it off it, and go from there. Well, y'all, that's a pretty decent looking cat for Vermont. Not too bad at all. Here's another female, surprisingly enough. Back-to-back years, back-to-back females. Yet to catch a male. I've got things reset. Hopefully after this storm, we'll have a male come through. You can see it's got the typical rabbit colored back. Not really any spots on there, but not a terrible Vermont cat. So, all right. Back to the house. All right, guys, well, a rainy, stormy, high wind, nasty day, warm. You can't ask for a better ending than that, I don't think. Got one of our target nuisance cats, and it's a female. Just weighed her, she's just over 19 pounds. Not a bad Vermont cat. Typical rabbit colored back. Not real spotty cats here, but still, it's a cat. I'm happy to have it, and very healthy by the looks of things. Very wet. Gonna have to let it dry, but I appreciate you guys watching and hanging in there, and I apologize I haven't been able to bring you better catches and better things, but the weather has just been absolutely crazy. And I will do the video on the trap set if you guys want it. Just comment, leave me a message, whatever you want to do, and I'll show that. It's a pretty simple thing to do. You can do it with almost anything that you have as far as string, twine, ratchet strap, piece of rope. I always try to keep a piece of rope or a heavy duty piece of twine with me just in case. Today I didn't have it. I tier 220s, I set them by hand. I have set a lot of 330s by hand, which is probably why my hands are as bad as they are. Scott from 330 Maniac, he does it all the time, 330s. It is a lot easier with the animal in the trap because it gives you more leverage, more push and pull leverage to have something in the trap than it does by itself, but you can do it either way, empty or full. Full just happens to be easier because you can get a better leverage on it. It's all about leverage. Once you get the springs past the scissor point on the trap, you can hold them with one hand and set your safety with the other. But obviously, you know, push down, squeeze, set your trigger. But again, if that's a video you guys are interested in, I'm soaking wet. I'm not going to do it right this second, but leave me a comment and I'll definitely do it. It's pretty easy. I'll do it with 220s and 330s, so you can see that it is possible with any of them, all the way from whatever. I think most anybody other than maybe some kids, and nothing against any females. There are some females out there that aren't as strong or have big hands to be able to really do that with, and that's fine. That's why you have alternative ways to do it, and I'm happy to show you that. But either way, I'm absolutely tickled. I thought all we were going to end up with today was a possum, which a catch is a catch. I'm happy with that. I kind of expected possums, coons, and skunks with the nasty weather, and being as warm as it was, and they were on lockdown. Did not expect a predator at all because it was so warm, but we're very pleasantly surprised, very pleased to find out that it was a cat and not a dog, not somebody's dog. So it scared me because there was tracks there, and they weren't cat tracks, they were dog tracks. But anyway, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are enjoying what little bit of content I can bring you. I know I talk a lot. People mention that I talk too much. I enjoy interacting with people and explaining things as best as I can, and sometimes I end up in a ramble, and I hope that doesn't turn any of you guys off. If it does, again, comment, and I'll figure out a way to do it all and shut up, so I don't, drive people off. I want people to learn. That's what the whole point of this channel is. But my son's going to be tickled pink to see this. Unfortunately, he had school today, and he couldn't go out with me. But so anyway, again, if I don't see you beforehand, depending on how long this storm lasts and what I can and can't do for resets and fixing stuff up, if I don't see you beforehand, I really do hope everybody has a great Christmas. Just enjoy being around family and your friends, and really appreciate, because we don't, our hourglass isn't infinite on this earth. The older you get, the faster it's going. So enjoy as much as you can while you can. Get kids out in the woods, get them out fishing. I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be trapping. It doesn't have to be hunting. It can be fishing, hiking. Just get them outside, get them off the electronics. Not that all electronics are bad, but the more we can get them out into the conservation and just enjoying nature, the better off I think we're going to be, especially in our areas. I live out in the country. I don't live, the closest place to me that's really populated is 20 minutes, so by drive. But anyway, until I see you guys next time, trap by sight, walk by faith. Jesus loves you, and so do I. We'll see you soon.